The Davis County Mustangs play here on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network. Be sure to catch live online streaming of every Davis County baseball game right here on ottumwaradio.com. Previous games can be viewed on demand at ottumwaradiosports.com. Now, let's head down to the field for Mustang baseball.
Davis County Baseball is live on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network. Great to have you with us. Ellis Kojo along with Corey Finch, our producer, and we're live from Fairfield. And this is a bit of a makeup of a doubleheader. You usually don't see doubleheaders non-conference style, but since Davis County and Fairfield both looking to get some games in, Coach Josh Allison and Coach Todd White both agreed, hey, let's just get together, play a couple games, keep our guys sharp. And so Fairfield and Davis County getting set to tangle here at Fairfield Middle School, but a pretty good-looking baseball field here behind the middle school of Fairfield. You're listening to the Nutrient Ag Solutions pregame show called Bob Lawson and his team today, where results in your field are their first concern. Davis County comes in with a record of 12-9, and their last win was a 13-4 triumph over Cardinal this past Tuesday. And they really brought out the sticks, banging out 15 hits in that win over Cardinal. And then Mother Nature intervened and did not allow them to play a doubleheader earlier this week versus Knoxville. That's got moved to next week. This will be the two games to wrap up the week, and then one more game in the regular season, and that will do it for the regular year. So head coach Todd White looking to get his team playing at the right time, the right way at the right time, and this will be a stiff test for the Mustangs coming up in just a little bit. Coming up next, we'll take a look at Davis County's win over Cardinal and the challenge that is facing them in the form of the Fairfield Trojans. Davis County Baseball live from Fairfield on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Take summer by storm on a new Polaris. Right now, the world's best-selling off-road lineup is priced to move. Get more done with a hardworking Ranger. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman, or live wide open in a high-performance Razor. Rebates up to $2,000 are available now during the Polaris Summer Sales event.
Slayton Polaris. Stop in and see Tim or Dean today for a great deal on a new Polaris.
Hi, this is Chris Ledke, owner of Pulaski Lumber. I would like to personally invite you to see our updated inventory. We have a nice selection of tools, plumbing, flooring, tile, accessories, and as always, we can order in anything you might need. Josh is also available to offer you professional 3D drawings to design your new home, deck, or addition. We don't charge huge architect fees, but are confident you will be happy with our work. We look forward to meeting you at Pulaski Lumber, your start-to-finish lumberyard.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back to Fairfield, where Davis County is getting set to take on the Fairfield Trojans here at the grounds of the Fairfield Middle School. Great to have you with us on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network. Ellis Kojo along with our producer, Corey Finch. You see the head coaches, Josh Allison and Todd White, shaking hands with the umpires, exchanging lineup cards, and going over the ground rules. And Davis County, they face a stiff test versus Fairfield. The Trojans are clicking, 18-4 on the season. They had a recent season high 8-game winning streak snapped by their bitter rival Mount Pleasant, but they got back on the winning track with a win versus Muscatine. And this is a scary, scary offense that Davis County pitching will look to keep under wraps. And we'll talk more about that as we get into the game. But let's go back to Davis County's win versus Cardinal. They jumped out in front 3-0, and after Cardinal tied the game at 3, Davis County ended up scoring 4 unanswered runs before Cardinal answered with another run at the top of the 5th. But then the 6 runs in the bottom of the 5th really broke things open and turned a 7-4 game into a 13-4. Much more breathing room for Davis County. And they, as I said, banged out 15 hits. And it was one of those games that the Mustangs needed. Going into that game, they were batting .274, but thanks to the 15 hits, that really helped out the old batting average. And now Davis County comes into tonight's game with a batting average of .291. tasked with keeping this offense under wraps, the Fairfield offense under wraps, will be Caleb Wagler, one of the two aces for Davis County. He comes in with a 3-0 record, and he'll be putting that on the line against Fairfield. Coming up next, we'll give you the Pulaski starting lineups as we get you set for Game 1 of our doubleheader from here in Fairfield. It's coming up next on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Nothing says summer like hitting the open road. Get your vehicle summer driving ready. Cruising to work with the windows open and the convertible top down, going to the local fairs, or taking your much-needed holiday on the open road. Ray's Rapid Lube and Car Wash can get your car summer driving ready. Oil changes to the touchless car wash. Quick car wash to the super car wash. Ray fits in your budget so you can put more in your tank. Ray's Rapid Lube, 301 North Madison in Ottumwa. Are you installing a new septic system? The man to call is Jody at Geotech Sand and Stone. They have state-certified septic sand, as well as top-quality black dirt, fill sand, and washed gravel for landscaping. They also have large rocks to add to your landscaping. Geotech Sand and Stone has very competitive prices. Stop out and get a load, or have one of their contractors haul it for you. Call Jody today for more information at 799-1235. That's 799-1235. Geotech Sand and Stone, 3 miles west of Eldon on River Road. You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
And welcome back to Fairfield. Starting lineups being introduced for both teams. As you see, Davis County wearing their maroon tops with the white pants, and Fairfield will be in their home whites. You're listening to Nutrient Ag Solutions pregame show. Call Bob Lawson and his team today where results in your field are their first concern. Starting lineups are brought to you by Pulaski Lumber. If you're starting a project around the house, make sure and check with Chris and the team first for all your building and hardware needs. Head coach Todd White has his 12-9 Mustangs lined up like this. Owen Bennett's in right field. He bats first. Batting second, and at shortstop is Trevor Slayton. Kate Tharp's at first base, batting third. Batting fourth, and at second base is Draven DeCry. Clay Collier is in left field. He bats fifth. Batting sixth and catching is Caden Hill. Batting seventh and at third base is Noah Smolik. And Caleb Wagler will be pitching. He bats eighth. And batting ninth and in center field is Girl Norman. So again for Davis County, Bennett in right, Slayton at short, Tharp at first, DeCry at second, Collier at left, Hill is catching, Smolik at third, Wagler pitching, Norman is in center. And for Fairfield, head coach Josh Allison, his 18-4 Trojans look like this. Carter Farrell's at second base, batting first. Costa Papazoglu is catching, batting second. Batting third and at first base is Austin Simpson. Batting fourth and at third base is Tristan Waugh. Jackson Wheaton is in right field. He bats fifth. Batting sixth is Caden Jones. He's pitching. In left field is Cole Engel. He bats seventh. Batting eighth is a shortstop, Cooper Drish. And batting ninth and in center field is Drew Martin. So again for Fairfield, Farrell at second, Papazoglu is catching, Simpson at first, Waugh at third, Wheaton in right, Jones is pitching, Engel in left, Driss at short, and Martin is in center. So we will step away from the national anthem when we come back. First pitch between Davis County and Fairfield on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
The busy farming season is here, and Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom applications. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Hi, this is Kendall with Citizens Mutual. It's a busy time of the year, so we want you to save as much time as possible. Whether you need internet, TV, or phone service, we can handle all of them for you. We also have a great selection of TVs ranging from 32 to 65 inch, as well as appliances. Stop in today, and remember, Citizens Mutual is owned and operated by its customers. So when you walk in the door, we don't just treat you like a customer, we treat you like you're the boss, because you are. We're looking forward to seeing you at Citizens Mutual, just off the square in Bloomfield.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
And live from Fairfield, it's great to have you with us on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network. Ellis Kojo along with Corey Finch, our producer. I did it again. Man, oh man, oh man. I'll get it right eventually. Oh, what's his name back there doing what he does as our producer. Anyway, Caden Jones on top of the mound looking to get things started on the right foot for Fairfield, while Owen Bennett will be facing him as soon as Jones is done with his warm-up pitches. If you remember, these two teams met in Busch Stadium, and it was a rain-shortened affair. Not really the type of game where you can gauge how good one team is opposed to the other, because everybody on each roster played, and it was kind of more like an all-star game. If you ever watch an all-star game, more like that than an actual baseball game. But in this case, you even had 8th graders playing in Busch Stadium, which was a thrill for them. But in this game, it will be varsity versus varsity, and Davis County has a stiff test on their hands as they face Fairfield with an 18-4 record. They can hit, they can pitch, and head coach Josh Allison has himself another good team here in Fairfield. As I told you, 338 is Fairfield's team batting average. Their team ERA is 2.63. So not only do they mash the ball, but they also can keep your runs at a minimum as well. So Owen Bennett strides in as we get set to start things off here at Fairfield. It is 310 down the lines and 350 to dead center. So a pretty small ballpark here at Fairfield. There's a wind by Jones, and the first pitch of the game is fouled back, and we are underway. First pitch at 5:27, just a bit ahead of the 5:30 start time. And now the 0-1 by Jones, taken high for ball one. Bennett comes in with a .254 batting average. And he also has 8 runs knocked in. That's fouled away to the left field side. And the count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's been a very hot 4th of July weekend, or end of the week, and today is no exception. Bennett swings and misses, and Papazoglu caught that one cleanly, so he won't even have to throw the one to first. Bennett strikes out to begin proceedings here at Fairfield. Game time temperature, 88 degrees when we'll call it partly sunny skies. Not that we're much meteorologists, but in our spare time, I guess we are. That's a fastball that's high to Trevor Slayton for ball one. Slayton leads Davis County in batting average of .472. And the 1-0 in the dirt for ball two. Nope, they called it a strike. A delayed call from the umpire. And now Jones comes home with a 1-1. And it's poked foul back the other way. And Slayton's in the hole 1-2. Slayton batting .472, as I said, to lead the Mustangs. Also leads the Mustangs in homers with 3, and he has 13 runs batted in as well. The 1-2 pitch is hit the other way, right field side, coming on as Whedon slides, but he can't make the catch in foul territory. So Slayton will see at least another pitch with the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Slayton, a senior. He appeared in relief in Tuesday's game versus Cardinal. There's the wind and the pitch, and that's fouled away. So Slayton stays wide and stays alive, and the count remains 1-2. Slayton pitched the final inning and a third versus Cardinal as head coach Ty White just looked to get some work for his ace in. Now the 1-2 pitch. And it's an off-speed pitch, foul tipped into the glove of Papazoglu. And Slayton strikes out for out number 2. So 2 straight strikeouts to begin the game for Davis County. And that brings up Kate Thorpe, who will be playing at first base here in game number 1. Jones comes home with the first pitch, and it's taken on the outside corner for strike 1. Thorpe batting .333 on the season, and despite missing the first 2 weeks of the year, that pitch is wide for ball 1. Thorpe leads the team in RBI as he is up to 16. Now, if you compare rosters, the 16 RBI knocked in by Thorpe is nowhere near the team lead for Fairfield as that pitch is fouled away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sure, there's more than one way to win baseball games. Davis County wins it with pitching and timely hitting. Fairfield, they win it with pitching, but they can also bash you to death if need be. The pitch is taken low for ball 2. 2-2 the count to Kate Thorpe. Bases empty, 2 outs here in the top of the first. Just getting started here in Fairfield. First of 2 of a doubleheader. There's a swing and a bouncing ball to Drish at short. He takes a crow hop, throws a first, and that'll do it for Davis County in the top of the first. Davis County goes down in order, and it'll be Fairfield's turn when we come back on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
Hi, I'm Karsten. And I'm Callie. And we are the Neebs Girls. We would like to personally invite you to our parents' new store on the south side of the square in Bloomfield. Stop in and have them make you a custom shirt, hat, banner, sign, or even your school mascot. They stay open late on Thursdays until 7. We hope to see you soon. Neebs Graphics, making you stand out.
Neebs Graphics on the south side of the Bloomfield Square. You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Davis County goes down in order at the top of the first. Now it's time for Fairfield to bat, and they will face the junior left-hander Caleb Wagler. First innings brought to you by Dixon's Mattress Outlet. Think of them first to get a great night's sleep. Call Darren today. Carter Farrell, Costa Papazoglu, and Austin Simpson will be the 3 to face Caleb Wagler here in the bottom of the first. A .338 batting average for the team for Fairfield, and as a team, they're slugging .545, which is absolutely ridiculous. The most dangerous hitter by far is Austin Simpson, and we'll just wait until he comes up to give you the full scope of his numbers just to make you completely terrified of him. Here's Carter Farrell lead things off for Fairfield. Second baseman batting .332 on the season with 9 runs driven in. Wagler at the wind and the first pitch coming to Farrell. That's taken inside for ball 1. Clay Collier's in left. Garl Norman's in center with Owen Bennett in right. The wind and the 1-0 from Wagler is a swing and a miss. Smolek's at third. Slayton's at short. DeCry's at second. Tharp is at first with Caden Hill behind the plate. And the 1-1. As the pitch is taken outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Wagler 3-0 on the season, so putting his unblemished mark on the line here in game 1 of our doubleheader. The 2-1 pitch is taken for a strike at the knees. And he evens the count at 2-2. Farrell batting right-handed versus the left-handed Wagler. And now the break-even pitch from Wagler is taken well outside, and that runs the count full. Wagler's pitched 27 innings, and he's walked 21. He's cut down on the walks since last year, but still pretty high walk rate from the junior. The 3-2 pitch is taken for a strike on the inside corner, and Farrell is out number 1. Keith's Foods is our strikeout sponsor. And don't strike out when it comes to supper. Come see Brian and the staff at Keith's Foods for some awesome smoked and barbecue meats. The whole family will love it. Don't forget to follow them on Facebook. That brings up Costa Papazoglu, the catcher. And the first pitch to Papazoglu is taken low and outside for ball 1. And starting with Papazoglu, this is where the Fairfield lineup really starts to get scary. The 1-0. Fastball well outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Papazoglu batting .409 on the season, 7 home runs, 25 driven in. Fairfield as a team has banged out 25 home runs so far this year. The 2-0. Fastball, and it's over but low, and it's 3-0. Papazoglu, second in the team in walks with 12. And now the 3-0 pitch, taken all the way, and it's a fastball right down Broadway for strike 1. Now with the count 3-1, we'll see if Papazoglu pulls the trigger if it's anywhere close. The pitch. That's fouled away. So for the second straight batter, Wagler has run the count full. Papazoglu with a slightly open stance. The payoff pitch is a swing and a foul at the plate, and he just stays alive, and we'll do it again at 3-2. Papazoglu's slugging .848, which is phenomenal, but that's not even the best on his team. His on-base percentage of .519, so his OPS is over 1,300. And we talked about OPS before. 900 OPS is pretty good. 1,000 is exceptional. Once you get over 1,000, like 1,300 is just superhuman. And another payoff pitch coming to Papazoglu. He reached for it and fouls it away. So after running the count full, Papazoglu's fouled off the last 2 pitches, so this is a 7-pitch at-bat for the senior. Now he climbs back into the box. Wagler is ready, and he winds and delivers. Hit the other way, foul. Most of the patrons here that have arrived to the game, they're sitting in the shade over by the shelter to our right. And you can still get a good look at the action as the shelter's on top of a hill. Another 3-2, taken wide for ball 4, and Papazoglu works a walk. And now comes the best hitter for Fairfield, at least numbers-wise, Austin Simpson. The senior first baseman is batting .492. And he has a team-high 11 home runs with 33 runs driven in. Throw to first, and Papazoglu is back safely. In case you're wondering, Papazoglu 4-4 from the stolen base department, so he is a threat to run, despite being a catcher. And the first pitch is grounded to DeCry at second. He shovels to Slayton to second for 1 to throw to first, and that is a double play. 4-6-3, the pitcher's best friend to get out of the inning. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. And we go to the top of the second. No score from here in Fairfield on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
John at Collision Corner knows that when you get in an accident and need some work done on your vehicle, you want the process to go smooth and easy. That's why Collision Corner is your best choice. John is a preferred body shop, which means he can work directly with your insurance company. He will handle the claim from start to finish. Collision Corner knows you need your car back as soon as possible, and they will also pick it up and deliver it to you for free. When you have an accident, call John and his team at Collision Corner in Bloomfield. And don't forget to like them on Facebook.
Keith's Foods in Bloomfield has been serving the Bloomfield area since 1969 with quality cut steaks, ripe seasonal produce, scrumptious bakery cakes and sweets, fresh dairy products, and of course, tasty smoked meats. We also have available hunting licenses, stamps, money orders, and gift cards too. Open till 9 p.m. every day. We pride ourselves in providing small town service in a big way while keeping up with trends and latest items across the country. Yes, Keith's Foods is your hometown grocery store and so much more. Keith's Foods, where we always take your groceries out to your car. Proud supporter of the Davis County Mustangs.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
No score between Fairfield and Davis County as we welcome you back to the home of the Trojans. First of two between Fairfield and Davis County. Great to have you with us on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network. Ellis Kojo along with Corey Finch, our producer. And it will be Draven DeCry who will lead things off here in the top of the second. Draven DeCry comes in with a .313 batting average, and he checks his swing at a high fastball, and he did not go, ball one. DeCry is our Collision Corner cleanup hitter. If you need to clean up a vehicle, take it to John and his team for a complete detail. The 1-0, fastball up by the letters, taken for a ball, 2-0. Caden Jones, 2-1 on the season, their Fairfield senior right-hander. And that's hit well, left field, back is Engel, going back, it's over his head and to the wall, and DeCry has himself a leadoff double. Engel was going back on it, and he was going back kind of awkwardly, and DeCry was able to hit it past Engel and left for a leadoff double.
Leadoff double leads us to the next batter in the Mustang order, number 11, Clay Collier.
That brings up Clay Collier, the sophomore left fielder. First Davis County base runner is DeCry standing at second, and Collier takes a pitch well outside of the zone for ball one. Collier batting .327 on the year, and he has 13 runs driven in. Jones steps off. Jones is second in the team in innings pitch. That's the 1-0 pitch. Is a fastball taken up by the neck, and it's 2-0. 22 innings pitched for Jones. The only one more who's pitched more than him is Papazoglu. And another ball to Collier, and now it's 3-0. So Jones having trouble finding the zone after the leadoff double to DeCry. Jones struck out 2 in his first inning of work. And the 3-0 pitch to Collier is bounced to the plate, ball 4. And DeCry takes third on the play as he took advantage of that wild pitch. And Davis County has a little something going here with runners at the corners, nobody out. And here is Caden Hill, the catcher. Clay Collier's walk a moment ago was brought to you by Slayton Polaris. Don't walk the field with the field. Call Tim and Dean for the best deal on Polaris Rangers and ATVs and enjoy a smooth ride on a Polaris to get those chores done. Ball one to Hill, who is batting .318 on the year. And his RBI total is in the double digits. He's up to 10. Runner goes from second. Pitch is taken for a ball, and it is a stolen base for Collier. Thought Papazoglu wasn't going to throw, but he decided to do it anyway, and Collier was able to get ahead of the throw. So now runners at second and third, nobody out. And that pitch was a ball, by the way. Nope, it was a strike. So they called that was a strike, so it's 1-1. Collier reached for that one and fouled it away. Now it's 1-2. Beg your pardon. That's Hill at the plate. Collier's at second after the steal. So 1-2 to count to Caden Hill. Fairfield's infield is back, and that pitch is taken for a ball, evening the count at 2-2. Noah Smolik waits on deck for the Mustangs, looking to take the early lead here in the top of the second. A swing and a miss, and that is actually a foul tip. But nevertheless, Caden Hill is out number 1 on the strikeout.
The inning continues for Davis County. Batting next will be number 8, Noah Smolik.
So Noah Smolik now is the batter. And the middle of the Fairfield infield remains back, and that pitch is fouled away. Simpson, the first baseman, and Waugh, the third baseman, are playing even with the bag. Actually, Simpson is playing in on the grass. The 0-1. Smolik looks at a pitch that bounces towards the dugout, and scoring on the play is the cry. Collier thought about coming home, but he decides to slam on the brakes as he reached third. 1-0 Davis County on the wild pitch by Caden Jones. And with the count 1-1, Smolik doesn't even have to get a hit to drive into Cry. A deep fly ball, a ground ball to the middle of the infield that still remains back would do the job as well. There's a strike from Jones, and it's 1-2. So the Mustangs have the early lead, 1-0. And now the 1-0. Off-speed pitch is fouled away. It looked like Smolik was fooled on it, but he was still able to get a piece of it and stay alive. Curveball is hit up the middle. Farrell, the second baseman, will only have to play to first. The run scores on the ground out by Smolik, and it's 2-0. So Davis County taking advantage of their opportunities. The first two reach, and they both come around to score. And the Mustangs have the early advantage. Bases empty, 2 outs. And the pitcher, Caleb Wagler, will bat. Wagler swings and fouls it back. Wagler, despite being a left-hander when he's pitching, bats solely right-handed. The 0-1. Hit well. Out to left center field. Going back is Martin, the center fielder, but it's Engel, the left fielder, that makes the catch in the gap for the third out. But Davis County does score 2 runs on a hit. No errors and none left. And as we head to the bottom of the second, it's Davis County 2, Fairfield nothing on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Take summer by storm on a new Polaris. Right now, the world's best-selling off-road lineup is priced to move. Get more done with a hardworking Ranger. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman. Or live wide open in a high-performance Razor. Rebates up to $2,000 are available now during the Polaris Summer Sales Event.
Slayton Polaris. Stop in and see Tim or Dean today for a great deal on a new Polaris.
Hi, this is Chris Ledke, owner of Pulaski Lumber. I would like to personally invite you to see our updated inventory. We have a nice selection of tools, plumbing, flooring, tile, accessories, and as always, we can order in anything you might need. Josh is also available to offer you professional 3D drawings to design your new home, deck, or addition. We don't charge huge architect fees, but are confident you will be happy with our work. We look forward to meeting you at Pulaski Lumber, your start-to-finish lumberyard.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
2 Davis County runs in the top of the second have them ahead of Fairfield 2-0 as we welcome you back to the home of the Trojans. Second inning is brought to you by Protruder Orthodontics. Don't give it a second thought. Get a smile that lasts a lifetime today.
First for the Trojans will be number 8, Tristan Waugh.
Caleb Wagler walked a man, but immediately got the next one to bounce into a double play to end inning number 1. Now Tristan Waugh, the cleanup hitter for Fairfield, will start things off here in the bottom of the second. And the first pitch from Wagler is a fastball taken on the outside corner for strike one. Waugh batting .394. He has 4 round trippers with 25 runs batted in. The 0-1, a curveball that bounces in the dirt. And evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. It'll be Waugh, Wheaton, and Jones. Those will be the 3 that are due to face Wagler here in the bottom of the second. And that pitch is taken low for ball 2. Waugh senior, and this is a senior-laden Fairfield squad. The 2-1 fouled back. Wagler is up to the task of shutting down a good lineup. He has an ERA of 1.81. Opponents are only batting .160 against him. And he has 40 strikeouts in those 27 innings pitched. Curveball, swing and a miss. And he struck him out. That is the second strikeout for Wagler. 1 out in the inning, and Jackson Wheaton's due up.
Second in the inning for the Trojans, number 28, Jackson Wheaton.
So that brings up Jackson Wheaton, the right fielder. Wagler winds and deals, and that's a curveball taken just off the outside corner for ball 1. Wheaton batting .303 on the season. Wagler with the nod, and he comes home with a 1-0. Fastball taken for a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. Wheaton with 14 RBI to go with those, with that .303 batting average. Another 1-1. Wheaton looks at ball 2. Fairfield had an 8-game winning streak snapped by their bitter rival Mount Pleasant. They bounced back to beat Muscatine in their last outing on Tuesday. That pitch is taken for a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, this is a team that pretty much has played well from the get-go, and they've had their challenges to start off the season. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball taken inside, and the count is full. Talking about those challenges maybe a little bit later. Wagler has Wheaton at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bases empty, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Davis County has a 2-0 lead. Wheaton looks at ball 4 outside, and he's aboard on the walk. So second walk given up by Wagler.
Standing in next to the Trojans will be number 16, Caden Jones.
So now the pitcher, Caden Jones, will bat, looking to help his own cause. Jones batting .345 on the season, and he has 16 runs batted in. Jones looks at ball 1. Wheaton over at first base has only attempted 2 steals this season. He's been successful in both of his attempts. There's a throw to first, and Wheaton slides back on his belly to the bag. Fairfield as a team, 45 of 50 in the stolen base department. The 1-0. Hit the other way, and that bounces in front of the right fielder Bennett for a base hit. So 2 are aboard for the Trojans.
The inning continues for the Trojans. Coming up next in the batter's box will be number 4, Cole Engel.
Now Cole Engel will bat for the Trojans. Very patriotic red, white, and blue helmet worn by Engel. This will be a lefty-on-lefty matchup. Wagler was able to get out of the first with a ground ball double play. Look to get another one here with the runners at first and second and 1 out. The pitch. Fastball inside, 1-0. Engel hasn't taken part in the season-long hit parade for Fairfield, batting 164 on the season. And 6 runs batted in. And the 1-0, he squares the bunt, pulls it back, and that takes a ball. Cooper Drish waits on deck for Fairfield. 2-0 the count and the pitch. Taken high and perhaps at the belt, but still a bit high, and it's 3-0. A strikeout started the inning, and then a walk to Wheaton, a single by Jones. That's the first hit for Fairfield in this game. And now the 3-0 count's taken for a strike by Engel. Wagler takes a peek back to second and comes home with a 3-1 pitch. Fastball over but low, and now the bases are loaded.
The inning continues for the Trojans. And next from the batter's box will be number 25, Cooper Drish.
Timeout called by head coach Todd White of Davis County. He'll come out to talk to not only Caleb Wagler, but the entirety of his infield. And while head coach Todd White tries to impart some wisdom to his squad, we'll let you know that Davis County Baseball is brought to you by William Penn University. It's a place to widen your potential. Daytime, online, and evening classes begin every 8 weeks. Visit wmpenn.edu for more information. And Ray's Rapid Lube and Car Wash. Quality oil changes and to a touch-free car wash. Ray's Rapid Lube and Car Wash on the corner of Vine and Madison in Ottumwa. So we'll see what the middle of the infield does, as you figure that the corners will be playing in. And yeah, so Smolik is in on the grass, as is Tharp, the first baseman. Slayton, the shortstop, and DeCry, the second baseman, are playing back, so they're looking to turn 2 with a ground ball hit to them. Bases loaded, 1 out. Davis County leads it 2-0 here in the bottom of the second. And the first pitch is taken for a strike by Cooper Drish. Drish, the shortstop, batting .281, and he can double his RBI total here. He has 2 runs knocked in so far this season. The 0-1, fastball outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. A hit sandwiched by 2 walks have loaded the bases for Fairfield here in the bottom of the second. The next one is wide for ball 2. Waiting on deck is Drew Martin, the center fielder for the Trojans. Close stance by Drish as he waits for the next pitch from Wagler. Here it comes. Bounces at the dirt, but a good block by Hill. That's a fastball, and when you're a catcher, you get a fastball that's in the dirt, all you can do is really make a stab. If you drop down to block it, just a high velocity can cause it to really deflect out to either the first or second base dugout, and you'd really be in trouble then. 3-1 to count the Hill. Beg your pardon, to Drish. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, and the count is full. Wagler could sorely use a strikeout here in this spot. He has 2 already in his inning and a third of work. The payoff pitch coming to Drish. And it's well outside ball 4, and that walks in a run to make it 2-1.
That bringing a run, making the score 2-1 Mustangs.
3 walks in inning by Wagler.
Will be number 5, Drew Martin.
The bases remain loaded. And now here is Drew Martin. Martin, the left-hander, facing the left-hander Wagler. First pitch to Martin is fouled back. Martin batting .317 on the season. He does have a homer and also 8 runs batted in. 25 homers hit by Fairfield, and they're spread out over 4 players. The 0-1. There's a strike on the outside corner, and it's quickly 0-2. Simpson has 11. Papazoglu has 7. Wall with 4. Drish has 2, and Martin has 1. The 0-2, and he struck him out. That was a big strikeout for out number 2.
That'll bring us back to the top of the Trojan batting order. Number 2, Carter Farrell.
And considering how this inning has gone, if Wagler can get Farrell, then he'll only give up the 1 run and keep the Davis County lead. The pitch is well inside. That got a good piece of the home plate umpire. He had to spin, and he'll walk it back towards the backstop. And yeah, I think he's cussing to himself a bit as he takes a big semicircle and comes back around to the plate. I think Hill's asking him if he's okay. Oh, it looks like it hit him in the arm, actually. So now timeout is called, and head coach Josh Allison's going to come out and look at the umpire, and this is not good. This may be a broken bone. The way he was talking to himself, that was not a good sign to begin with. So Josh Allison will go into the Fairfield dugout on the first base side and look to get something to attend to the home plate umpire. And actually, he's going to take a seat. And things here have momentarily stopped here in Fairfield for the injured umpire. Let's go ahead and take a break while they tend to the injured umpire. We'll be back. Davis County leads at 2-1. There's 2 outs in the bottom of the second. The bases are loaded for the Trojans with the count at 1-0, but we'll be back to see how the umpire is doing on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Nothing says summer like hitting the open road. Get your vehicle summer driving ready. Cruising to work with the windows open and the convertible top down, going to the local fairs, or taking your much-needed holiday on the open road. Ray's Rapid Lube and Car Wash can get your car summer driving ready. Oil changes to the touchless car wash. Quick car wash to the super car wash. Ray fits in your budget so you can put more in your tank. Ray's Rapid Lube, 301 North Madison in Ottumwa. Attention Southern Iowa, do you need a better night's sleep? Maybe it's time to get a new mattress. Dixon's Mattress Outlet in Bloomfield has the most competitive prices on new mattresses in all different sizes. Darren sells camper mattresses, commercial bedding, rollaways, special order sizes, bed frames, and mattress protectors. Call Darren today and he'll meet you at the warehouse. Dixon's Mattress Outlet, 641-664-3060. That's 664-3060. The busy farming season is here, and Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom applications. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Hi, this is Kendall with Citizens Mutual. It's a busy time of the year, so we want you to save as much time as possible. Whether you need internet, TV, or phone service, we can handle all of them for you. We also have a great selection of TVs ranging from 32 to 65 inch, as well as appliances. Stop in today, and remember, Citizens Mutual is owned and operated by its customers. So when you walk in the door, we don't just treat you like a customer, we treat you like you're the boss, because you are. We're looking forward to seeing you at Citizens Mutual, just off the square in Bloomfield.
Are you installing a new septic system? The man to call is Jody at Geotech Sand and Stone. They have state-certified septic sand, as well as top-quality black dirt, fill sand, and washed gravel for landscaping. They also have large rocks to add to your landscaping. Geotech Sand and Stone has very competitive prices. Stop out and get a load, or have one of their contractors haul it for you. Call Jody today for more information at 799-1235. That's 799-1235. Geotech Sand and Stone, 3 miles west of Eldon on River Road. Attention Southern Iowa, do you need a better night's sleep? Maybe it's time to get a new mattress. Dixon's Mattress Outlet in Bloomfield has the most competitive prices on new mattresses in all different sizes. Darren sells camper mattresses, commercial bedding, rollaways, special order sizes, bed frames, and mattress protectors. Call Darren today and he'll meet you at the warehouse. Dixon's Mattress Outlet, 641-664-3060. That's 664-3060. You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Pretty much just an empty field right now, and you see the cluster of Mustangs over at second base. We're currently in the bottom of the second inning. Davis County leads at 2-1 over Fairfield. The bases are loaded with one out. Beg your pardon, with two outs. With Carter Farrell at the plate, but things have stopped here as the first pitch to Farrell was bounced to the catcher. It got past Hill. It hit the home plate umpire. It appeared, I thought at first it hit him in the shin. Instead, it looked like he got hit in his left arm. He shook his arm, kind of started cursing to himself, and made a slow circle of a walk and waved over Josh Allison, the head coach, to tell him that something is seriously wrong with his arm. So they're going to try to tend to him as best as they can, and so we can continue. This is game one of a doubleheader, so if we're going to continue, he's going to have to do it in some pain. And it looks like they have his arm pretty heavily taped up. And we might be ready to get things started again. He'll get a bit of a break in game two, as he'll be the field umpire. But looks like he's going to be able to continue after getting his arm taped up pretty good. So let's set the situation. Fairfield has the bases loaded. There are two outs in the inning. A run is in on a bases loaded walk and an RBI for Cooper Drish. Wagler struck out Tristan Wall to begin the bottom of the second. Then he walked Jackson Wheaton. Jones singled. Engel walked to load the bases. And then the aforementioned bases loaded walk to Cooper Drish that drove in the first Fairfield run. Drew Martin then struck out swinging, and now we're back to the top of the order. And Carter Farrell, who bats with a 1-0 count. And so Carter Farrell will bat with a 1-0 count with the bases loaded. So Caleb Wagler, after a long break, will have to refocus, and his next pitch is taken for a strike on the outside corner. And that evens the count at 1-1 strike. So Wagler just an out away from getting out of this jam and keeping the Mustangs in the lead. The 1-1 to Farrell, over but low, 2-1 strike. Farrell in the first inning struck out looking to start things off for Fairfield. And now the 2-1. Over but low, 3-1. And you know his arm isn't feeling all that great because at the end of every count before his arm was injured, the home plate umpire would signal the count, but he's not even doing that. That pitch is taken wide for ball 4, and we are tied on the bases loaded walk to Carter Farrell. Jones comes in to score. That is the 4th walk of the inning by Wagler. And now Costa Papazoglu will bat with the bases still loaded. Papazoglu had a long at-bat his first time up. Saw 9 pitches before he walked. And the curveball floats up and away, and actually he'll have to spring out of his stance to catch that ball, and now it's 1-0. So Wagler fighting with himself a bit as he tries to get the final out and keep this game tied. The 1-0. Fastball low and inside, 2-0. Engel is at third, Drish is at second, and Farrell is at first. All three have gotten aboard via the walk. The 2-0. 3-0. Wagler wiping his left hand on his pants. Now climbs back up to the top of the rubber. Pozoglu lost his bat momentarily as he was getting set to receive the next pitch. Now we're ready. Here's a 3-0 pitch to Pozoglu, taken for a strike on the inside part of the plate. And it's 3-1. The wind in the next one to Pozoglu. Swung on and fouled away. And the count is full. So the merry-go-round will start. Bases loaded, 2 outs, a 3-2 count to Pozoglu, with the score tied at 2. The runners go. The pitch is taken low for ball 4, and another bases loaded walk puts Fairfield in front, 3-2. Head coach Todd White comes out, and that's going to do it for Caleb Wagler, as we will see another pitcher when we come back. So, Wagler lasts an inning and 2/3, but he can't get the final out here in the bottom of the second, so we will see another pitcher when we return. And we'll tell you all about the new hurler on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
This is Milo Wells, your pharmacist at Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield. When you need prescriptions, stop in and see me. If you aren't a current customer, we will help you fill out a new patient form, which takes less than 5 minutes. We have a lot of over-the-counter items and have vaccines. We are here 6 days a week and offer free delivery in Bloomfield and surrounding areas. I pride myself on professionalism and small-town customer service, and our pharmacy reflects those values. Stop in and see us at Wells Hometown Drug next to CarQuest in Bloomfield.
This is Sherry Lawson. Hey, all you Davis County Mustang fans, the agents at Northside Insurance are just like you. We support the Mustangs too. We are proud to live in Bloomfield, where we help families like yours with auto, home, business, farm, life, and retirement. Get the professional coaching you need to win at life. Give us a call at Northside Insurance in Bloomfield and Centerville today at 664-2362. Go Mustangs! Nationwide is on your side. Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and Affiliates, Columbus, Ohio.
Go Mustangs!
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
And welcome back to Fairfield. Caleb Wagler cannot get the final out at the bottom of the second, so he gives way to Kate Tharp, who has taken him out, and he is the new pitcher. Wagler will go to first, just a simple switch. As Tharp was the first baseman, now he will be the new Davis County hurler. Wagler went 1 2/3, and he only allowed 1 hit. 3 runs so far, all of them earned. And he walked 6 while striking out 2. And Wagler is responsible for all 3 runners that are on base for Fairfield. So it looks like they're attending to the home plate umpire on the first base side. They had a wrap, an ace bandage around the umpire's left arm. And now they're changing it. It looks like they're going to re-wrap it. So Kate Tharp will be tasked with getting the final out of this inning. Austin Simpson, when he comes up, will be the 9th batter of the inning. And Todd White, the head coach of Davis County, Give some last-minute instructions to Kate Tharp, who I imagine head coach Todd White wants him to put in a good amount of innings. Wagler ended up pitching 54 pitches in this game. Now we have a fresh wrap on the home plate umpire as he heads back behind the plate. The dangerous Austin Simpson strides to the plate, and we are getting set to resume festivities.
Next to bat will be number 23, Austin Simpson.
Austin Simpson grounded into a double play his first time up. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Fairfield leads at 3-2. Tharp's first pitch to Simpson is a curveball fouled away. Not a bad idea from Tharp. You know that Simpson will be looking for a first pitch fastball. Instead, Tharp throws in the breaking ball, and Simpson was out in front. And now the 0-1. Fastball taken outside corner for strike 2. So one more strike is needed for Tharp, and that pitch is swung on and missed, and Tharp with a 3-pitch strikeout to get out of the inning. But Fairfield does score 3 runs on 1 hit. However, they are greatly aided by 6 outs, by 5 walks in the inning. And after 2 is Fairfield 3, Davis County 2 on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Take summer by storm on a new Polaris. Right now, the world's best-selling off-road lineup is priced to move. Get more done with a hardworking Ranger. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman. Or live wide open in a high-performance RZR. Rebates up to $2,000 are available now during the Polaris Summer Sales Event.
Slayton Polaris. Stop in and see Tim or Dean today for a great deal on a new Polaris.
Hi, this is Chris Ledke, owner of Pulaski Lumber. I would like to personally invite you to see our updated inventory. We have a nice selection of tools, plumbing, flooring, tile, accessories, and as always, we can order in anything you might need. Josh is also available to offer you professional 3D drawings to design your new home, deck, or addition. We don't charge huge architect fees, but are confident you will be happy with our work. We look forward to meeting you at Pulaski Lumber, your start-to-finish lumberyard.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Fairfield has their first lead again, 3-2, as Davis County will play from behind for the first time here in Game 1 of our doubleheader. We'll have Game 2 right after this contest. Garl Norman will lead things off for Davis County, and he takes a curveball on the outside corner for strike 1. Norman batting for the first time this afternoon. He is batting 195 on the year, and he checks swings, but it is a full swing in the eye of the umpire for strike 2. Norman also has 3 runs knocked in. The 0-2, that's in the dirt for ball 1. Caden Jones had to sit for a while. He did play a part in that rally. He had a hit and a run scored in that 3-run second inning for Fairfield. The only hit for Fairfield in that inning, the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Norman goes down swinging for out number 1.
Back to the top of the Mustang batting order. Number 12, Owen Bennett.
So that moves the line to Owen Bennett, who struck out swinging his first time up. Incidentally, that's 4 strikeouts now for Caden Jones with 1 out in the top of the 3rd. And that's on the inside corner. First pitch for strike 1 to Bennett. And now the 0-1, fouled back quickly, 0-2. Bennett hits that the other way, left field. Engel gives it a look, but that gets out of play. Slayton Wentz on deck for the Mustangs. Each team with 1 hit. Another 0-2 to Bennett. Tap foul to the first base side. Base is empty, 1 out. Top of the third, Davis County trails 3-2. And here comes the next one from Jones. Curveball hit up the middle, bouncing towards the shortstop, gobbled up by Drish, and the throw is wide of first base, and Bennett is safe. Don't know if we called that an infield hit or an error, because that was a slowly hit ball. Bennett had a chance of beating that one out.
Inning continues for Davis County. Batting next will be number 9, Trevor Slayton.
We are generous people here at the Atomo Radio Sports Network, so we'll call that one a hit. Slayton now bats with a man on first with 1 out and a throw to first by Jones. Forces Bennett to scramble back to the bag. Slayton struck out swinging his first time up. That's a curveball that's popped up, foul, and that will get out of play behind us for strike 1. Slayton leads the team in not only average, but also on-base percentage, slugging percentage, and home runs. The 0-1 pitch, and Slayton fouls that one away, and it's quickly 0-2. Hopefully, umpire wondering who has some balls to give him. He's like, yeah, you just throw it over to that guy over there on the mound, because I'm not – I'm doing as little as possible with a possibly broken arm. I don't want to speculate on what his injury may be, but honestly, it did not look good the way he was holding his arm. But give him credit for continuing. And a no-ball, 2-strike pitch coming to Slayton. Bounces in front of Papazoglu and goes all the way to the backstop. That was about a 58-foot pitch. And there's nothing that Papazoglu could do except go retrieve it from the backstop. So Bennett's at second. He represents the tying run. 1 out in the inning, and now the 1-2 coming to Slayton. Curveball popped up, and behind us out of play. So Slayton continues to chase the curveball. I think that's the best pitch that he sees off the hand of Jones. And the 1-2. Line right center field. That drops for a base hit. Coming around to score is Bennett. Slayton stopped at first, but it's misplayed by the right fielder Wheaton, and he will go into second. It is tied at 3 on the RBI single by Slayton. So a good piece of hitting by Trevor Slayton going the other way. So we'll call that a single by Slayton, an error in right by Wheaton. And now Cade Tharp is the batter, and the go-ahead runs in scoring position. First pitch is taken wide for ball 1. Tharp grounded out to short his first time up. It was a tidy 1-2-3 inning for Caden Jones, but he's been in trouble ever since. The 1-0. Curveball taken high, ball 2. Jones allowed 2 runs in the top of the second to Davis County. And he's allowed another run here in the top of the third. The 2-0 to Tharp. That's taken for a strike at the belt. Tharp looks out, and the 2-1 pitch is fouled away, even in a count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tharp with no batting gloves. And he crowds the plate from the right side. And now the 2-2 pitch coming from Jones. Taken outside, and the count is full. Waiting on deck is Draven to cry. Actually, no, it's taken for a strike. That's strike 3. Wow. Didn't see the hand go up for strike 3 called, so Tharp goes down looking, and Draven DeCry is the batter. We'll just have to try to listen to the verbal cue now. RBI single by Slayton's tied the game at 3. He stands at second with 2 outs. First pitch of DeCry's fastball taken at the belt for strike 1. DeCry doubled and scored back in the second inning. The 0-1 curveball fouled back. No balls and 2 strikes now to DeCry with Clay Collier waiting on deck. And the pitch taken for strike 3, and that will do it for Davis County. But the Mustangs do tie it up thanks to an RBI single by Trevor Slayton. And as we head to the bottom of the third, Mustangs 3, Trojans 3 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Nothing says summer like hitting the open road. Get your vehicle summer driving ready. Cruising to work with the windows open and the convertible top down, going to the local fairs, or taking your much-needed holiday on the open road. Ray's Rapid Lube and Car Wash can get your car summer driving ready. Oil changes to the touchless car wash. Quick car wash to the super car wash. Ray fits in your budget so you can put more in your tank. Ray's Rapid Lube, 301 North Madison in Ottumwa.
This is Milo Wells, your pharmacist at Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield. When you need prescriptions, stop in and see me. If you aren't a current customer, we will help you fill out a new patient form, which takes less than 5 minutes. We have a lot of over-the-counter items and have vaccines. We are here 6 days a week and offer free delivery in Bloomfield and surrounding areas. I pride myself on professionalism and small-town customer service, and our pharmacy reflects those values. Stop in and see us at Wells Hometown Drug next to CarQuest in Bloomfield.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
We are tied at 3 as we head to the bottom of the third here in Fairfield. First of 2 of a doubleheader. And we're happy to bring you both on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network. Third inning is brought to you by Geotech. Call Jody for your top quality black dirt, fill sand, and wash gravel needs. Leading things off for Fairfield will be the cleanup hitter Tristan Waugh. This will be the second time he's led off an inning. Actually, he's leading off the inning for the second straight frame. Tharp with a nod comes home with the first pitch to Waugh. It's a curveball taken on the outside corner for strike 1. Tharp entered the game in relief of Caleb Wagler. Got Austin Simpson to strike out swinging on 3 pitches to end the inning. That pitch is taken outside for ball 1. And Fairfield ended up stranding the bases loaded. It was a rough inning for the Mustangs, in particular Caleb Wagler, who walked 5 in that inning, 6 overall in his appearance today. Fastball outside, ball 2. Tharp is looking to bounce back after a rough outing on Monday versus Pekin. And the 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and that makes the count 2-2. Tharp only went an inning plus Monday versus Pekin, only threw 36 pitches to 2-2. Hit the other way, well. Collier going back over his head, and that ball is gone.
Another home run for Tristan Waugh.
Tristan Waugh leads off the third with a solo shot, his 5th of the year, and it is 4-3 Fairfield.
4-3 Trojans.
That was an opposite field homer, so just Waugh showing off his muscle.
Batting second in the inning for Fairfield will be number 28, Jackson Wheaton.
Jackson Wheaton is the batter. He walked and later scored his first time up in the second. He swings and misses, actually foul tips it into the glove of Hill for strike 1. Whedon, a senior, and as I mentioned a couple innings ago, Fairfield is littered with seniors. 0-1 pitch is taken for a ball. The aforementioned Simpson is a senior, as well as Papazoglu, Waugh, Jones, Whedon, Drish, Angle, all are seniors in the starting lineup. That's taken for a ball, 2-1. So you have 7 seniors in the starting lineup. The 2-1. At the belt on the inside corner for strike 2. And that's to be a luxury that you would love to have as a coach, to just plug in 7 seniors into your starting lineup. The 2-2. Curveball tapped up the left, beg your pardon, the third baseline, but foul. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Leadoff homer by Tristan Waugh has given Fairfield a 4-3 lead here in the bottom of the third. And a pitch by Tharp. Taken over, and a strike. Delayed strike 3 called. And Jackson Whedon goes down looking for out number 1.
Standing in next for the Trojans will be number 16, Caden Jones.
Fairfield, despite having 4 runs, only 2 hits on the day. Jones has one of those. It was an opposite field single. That's taken for a ball in the dirt. The wind by Tharp, and the 1-0 is hit in the air the other way again, but this time it stays in the air for the right fielder Bennett, who makes the catch for out number 2. That brings up Cole Engel. Who walked and scored in the 3-run second inning for Fairfield. First pitch is grounded fair down the left field line inside the third base bag. Engel rounding first, and he'll slam on the brakes as Collier did a good job getting to that ball and rifling it back in. So good job by Collier, the left fielder, to hold Engel to just a 2-out single.
Single quickly brings up the next Fairfield batter, number 25, Cooper Drish.
Cooper Drish is not a batter. He has an RBI already today without having to take the bat off his shoulders. His bases loaded walk was the first of 3 for Fairfield in the inning. Throw to first, and back safely is Engel. Engel 2 for 2 in the stolen base department. And another throw is first, and it got away from Wagler. Now he can try to throw him out at second, and they do. Wagler to Slayton on the putout to end the inning.
That takes us to the end of the third, but not before Trojans put another run on the board, make the score.
But a leadoff homer by Tristan Waugh has put Fairfield back out in front. The Trojans lead the Mustangs 4-3 as we head to the 4th on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
The busy farming season is here, and Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom applications. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Hi, this is Kendall with Citizens Mutual. It's a busy time of the year, so we want you to save as much time as possible. Whether you need internet, TV, or phone service, we can handle all of them for you. We also have a great selection of TVs ranging from 32 to 65 inch, as well as appliances. Stop in today, and remember, Citizens Mutual is owned and operated by its customers. So when you walk in the door, we don't just treat you like a customer, we treat you like you're the boss, because you are. We're looking forward to seeing you at Citizens Mutual, just off the square in Bloomfield.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Fairfield back out in front, 4-3, as the Mustangs look to fight back here in Game 1 of our doubleheader. Great to have you with us on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Our teams get ready to begin the fourth inning of play.
It will be Clay Collier to lead things off for Davis County. 5-6-7 due up for the Mustangs. They trail 4-3. After a scoreless first inning, Davis County scored 2 in the top of the second. Fairfield answered with 3. Davis County tied it in the top of the third, and Fairfield broke the tie in the bottom of the third. Jones doesn't have a baseball. He, for some reason, threw it to Simpson, the first baseman, whose return throw went over the head of Jones. And the home plate umpire is getting looked at again in the first base dugout. So all we have is this pause in the action. We'll let you know that Davis County Baseball is brought to you by Slayton Polaris, 8 miles south and west of Pulaski. See them today for a great deal on a Polaris Ranger and ATV. Geotech Sand and Stone, 3 miles west of Eldon on River Road. Call Jody for all your estate certified concrete sand, top quality black dirt, fill sand, and wash gravel at 799-1235. Now we're set to continue with Clay Collier stepping into bat. And the first pitch is a curveball that swung on and missed, as that was up by his eyes for strike 1. Collier walked and scored his first time out back in the second. That pitch is taken on the outside corner for strike 2. And now the 0-2 pitch is reached for and grounded to Wall at third. He juggles it and he won't have a play. And Collier is safe at first to lead off the fourth.
Fairfield brings up the second batter of the inning for the Mustangs, number 18, Caden Hill.
That'll be an error on the third baseman Wall to lead off the top of the fourth. And now Caden Hill. Pitch is over but low for ball 1. Hill struck out swinging his first time up. He had 2 runners on base his first time up. Now he has a runner on base here in his second at bat. That pitch is up high for ball 2. Hill catching game 1, and sometimes he catches both games. Sometimes head coach Todd White gives him a break. With the weekend coming up, perhaps we'll see Hill catch both games. The 2-0, that's spiked to the plate. 3 balls and no strikes. This is now the 3rd straight inning where Davis County's had a man on base. The 3-0 pitch is taken all the way for a strike on the inside corner by Hill. And now the 3-1. Curveball hit the other way and past the lunging Farrell, the second baseman, for a base hit. So a single by Hill, and the first 2 have reached for Davis County. And that brings up Noah Smolik. But first we'll have a courtesy runner. That's Caden Glosser who comes in.
Number 5, Caden Glosser. Batting next in the inning for the Mustangs will be number 8, Noah Zamolik.
So Noah Smolik is the batter, and a good opportunity for Davis County to at least tie this game. This has been a seesaw affair since we got started. Jones' first pitch to Smolik, who was bunting. He popped it up, but that goes foul over the screen. Head coach Todd White not afraid to play small ball. And Simpson, the first baseman, was charging. as Smolik came around to square it around, so he'll look to bunt it up the third base line. Again, he foul bunts it back to the backstop, and it's quickly 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Smolik. Simpson stays in on the grass. He doesn't believe that Smolik won't square around again. But this time he doesn't. It's a pass ball as Papazoglu couldn't handle the high fastball from Jones, and the runners advance to second and third on the pass ball. 1-2 to count to Smolik. Second and third with nobody out, and he puts it in play, grounds it to Drish at short. His only play is the first, and the throw beats him by a step and a half. But an RBI ground out, his second of the game, ties the score at 4. Gloucester goes to third on the play, so he is the go-ahead run with just 1 out. And here's Caleb Wagler, who hit the ball pretty well, but ended up flying out to the left fielder angle his first time up. Wagler fouls that first pitch away for strike 1. Wagler was a starting pitcher. Now he has shifted over to first base here in game 1 of our doubleheader, the 0-1. Curveball hit to Drish at short, but it goes off Drish. That ground ball ate him up. It bounces into center field. The run scores to make it 5-4 Davis County, and Wagler is safe at first on the error by Drish. Looks like we may have a pinch runner for Wagler come in. And coming off the bench is Hunter Bell for Davis County.
Number 13, Hunter Bell. Batting next with Mustangs, number 15, Darrell Norman.
Still nobody out in the inning. Beg your pardon, 1 out in the inning. Forgot about the RBI ground out by Smolik. But Davis County has reclaimed a lead, and they have a 5-4 advantage. Norman looks at ball 1 up high. Jones's control really hasn't been all there since the first inning. You wonder how far head coach Josh Allison will go with his senior right-hander, who happens to be, as I look at the numbers, one of his top pitchers. The 1-0, swing and a miss by Norman, 1 ball, 1 strike. Hunter Bell's a junior as he stands over at first base. 2 for 2 in the stolen base department for the junior. That's outside, 2-1. Both teams share similarities as far as seniors are concerned. Talk about the 6, make that the 7 Fairfield seniors that are in their starting lineup. That pitch is high, snap throw to first, but Bell's back safely. 3 balls, 1 strike. You have Slayton, DeCry, Bennett, Tharp, Norman. Hale usually is in the lineup, but he's not for game 1, and Smolik. So that's 7 for Davis County. That's bounced to the plate for ball 4. And now runners are at first and second with 1 out. Walks are brought to you by Slayton Polaris. Don't walk from field to field. Call Tim and Dean for the best deal on Polaris Rangers and ATVs. And enjoy a smooth ride on Polaris to get those chores done. Fairfield bullpen starts to stir, as it looks like, if I'm looking at the jersey number correctly. Actually, Bennett grounds it to first. Simpson steps on the bag for the out. Runners advance to second and third. 2 outs in the inning. That brings up Trevor Slayton, who will look to extend the Davis County lead with a hit here. Hunter Lyons looks like is warming up for Fairfield, by the way. A check swing on a ball in the dirt, and the umpire says he went around for strike one. Slayton 1 for 2. Struck out swinging in the first and hit an RBI single in the third. Good piece of hitting as he went the other way into right field. The 0-1, another check swing, but this time he held up. 1 ball, 1 strike. This wraps up the week for Davis County, this doubleheader here tonight in Fairfield. And the 1-1 pitch is hit in the air a mile high behind the plate. Papazoglu will make the catch in the most gangster way possible while still holding his catcher's mask. And that will do it for Davis County in the fourth. But the Mustangs do score 2, and now they lead at 5-4 as we at the bottom of the fourth on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
It's more than an education. It's more than a degree. William Penn University is alive with opportunity. Opportunity in a diverse student body. Opportunity in a staff that works with your budget. Opportunity in over 30 programs of study. Opportunity in a classroom where your voice is heard. Find your future and the opportunities waiting for you. Start your planning today at wmpenn.edu and see why William Penn University is alive with opportunity.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Fourth inning is brought to you by Wells Hometown Drug. Stop in and see Milo and his team today, and don't forget they offer free delivery to Bloomfield and the surrounding areas. So the back and forth affair is now in the Mustangs' favor as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Tharp will look to hold Fairfield in check. Cooper Drish was standing at the plate when Fairfield's bottom of the third ended. First pitch is taken on the outside corner for strike one. Tharp tried to pick off Engel, who was standing at first, but the throw got away from the first baseman Wagler. That pitch is wide for ball one. And it trickled towards the first base dugout, but not far enough as Wagler pounced on it, threw the first to Slayton, who ended up tagging out Engel to end the inning. That's inside for ball. Okay, well, I guess that was called a strike, so it's 1-2. And the next one coming to Drish. Hit well. Out to left field. Back is Collier, still going back, and it's up against the wall over his head. And it's a leadoff double for Cooper Drish.
Long double brings up our second batter of the inning, number 5, Drew Martin.
So Drew Martin is the batter. He struck out swinging his first time up back in the second. Drish represents the tying run. He stands at second. And now Tharp with the first pitch. Drish bunts, but he fouls it back to the screen. Beg your pardon, Martin bunts. Drish is at second. And the 0-1 from Tharp. Runner goes to third, and the throw is right on the money, and he's out. Cooper Drish is nailed by Caden Hill, and eventually teams will get the word not to run on Hill. And Cooper Drish goes back to the first base dugout, sadder but wiser, and he is the first out of the inning. And now a swing and a miss by Martin. And the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the bases are now empty with 1 out. Leadoff double is erased. And now the 1-2 pitch to Martin. Fouled away. Carter Farrell, leadoff man for Fairfield, waits on deck. The 1-2 pitch. He struck him out. Froze him on the breaking ball. And Martin goes down looking for out number 2.
And next for the Trojans will be number 2, Carter Farrell.
So Carter Farrell, 0 for 1 with a walk and an RBI. Settles into the right-hander's box. Tharp looking for an unconventional 1-2-3 inning. And pitch is taken low for ball 1. And the 1-0. That's high as well. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. And the 2-0 pitch coming from Tharp is bounced to the plate, and you would not blame the home plate umpire for spinning out of the way extra quickly, as it was a bounce ball that got a good piece of his left arm, which is why you see it heavily bandaged. And we can't speculate on what it is, but can't be good. And now the 3-0 pitch to Farrell. Strike 1 on the outside corner. Tharp trying to work his way back into the count after Farrell gets ahead 3-0, but that pitch is well wide for ball 4, and Farrell draws a 2-out walk.
The inning continues for the Trojans, and batting next will be number 17, Costa Papazoglu.
And so Costa Papazoglu will be the next batter. He has 2 walks in his 2 plate appearances, an RBI, as well as he drew a bases loaded walk his second time up. Tharp looks in, and Papazoglu, who has proven to be a very patient hitter, will have to wait for the first pitch, as that was a throw to first by Tharp, but Farrell gets back in time. Tying run aboard for Fairfield. That's Farrell at first with 2 outs. And another throw to first, and back safely again is Farrell. Talking to the Fairfield guys in between innings, I said that Papazoglu secured that last out of the top of the 4th in the most gangster way possible by holding his catcher's mask while catching the foul ball, as that pitch is fouled away for strike 1. Farrell was going, by the way. And they say that's just the way Costa is. And it's fun, like, traveling and finding out the different personalities of the players that Davis County goes up against. And Papazoglu seems like one of the more colorful characters we come across. There's another throw to first, and Tharp is paying particular attention to Farrell. And not to mention, Papazoglu, not only after he caught the ball, he was holding his catcher's mask, but he threw it backhanded behind his back, as if to add a little extra stank on it before he walked back to the first base dugout. That's fouled over to the first base side and out of play. No balls and 2 strikes to Papazoglu, who is looking to keep the inning alive for the Trojans. Davis County leads at 5-4 here in the bottom of the 4th. First of 2 in what's been a pretty good game 1 of this doubleheader. Tharp peeks over his left shoulder at first, now comes home. The curveball taken outside for ball 1. Tharp so far has 3 strikeouts in his relief appearance. And it goes against the 1 walk. A 2-out walk just a few moments ago to Farrell. Runner goes, the pitch is grounded up the middle, and under the glove of Slayton for a base hit, Farrell makes the turn and goes all the way to third. A single for Papazoglu keeps the inning alive, and now runners are at the corners with 2 outs. And we will have a courtesy runner for Fairfield. That is Matthew Swanson.
Courtesy runner will be number 12, Matthew Swanson. Batting next for the Trojans will be number 23, Austin Simpson.
Nope, it will not be Matthew Swanson. He came out originally, but now we have, so it'll be Elon Ledger on the base pass now. So the ultra dangerous Austin Simpson, who's been held in check so far, he grounded into a double play in the first, and he struck out swinging in the second. He's ended the inning both times he's been at the plate. You can't imagine your luck will go on for long, especially with a guy that came into the game hitting .492, but he takes strike one right down the middle. Simpson has a team-high 33 runs batted in, and the tying run for Fairfield's at third base with 2 outs. And the pitch to Simpson. That's a fastball in the dirt, evening the count at 1-1. This will be the second time that Tharp and Simpson have faced each other in this game. Tharp got the better of Simpson the first time in their first matchup with a strikeout on 3 pitches. Runner goes from second, pitch is taken for a ball, make that a strike, and Hill will just throw it right back to his pitcher Tharp. As if to say, we'll try to get this last strike on Simpson. The runner at first, well, now on second, doesn't really matter. It does matter now because a hit will give Fairfield the lead. The 1-2, a check swing. And he did go around. The throw to first is not in time, so it is a strikeout to Simpson, but a wild pitch. The tying run scores. Engel goes to third on the play. Simpson, who struck out, is safe at first. And looks like we may have a pinch runner for Simpson coming into the game. And it is Britton Bowman, the senior.
Pinch runner will be number 21, Britton Bowman.
So while they get all that sorted out, in strides the man who touched up Tharp with a opposite field solo shot to lead off the bottom of the third. That's Tristan Wall. That was his 5th of the season. And that was also RBI number 26. Now we're ready. Game tied at 5. And the first pitch to Wall is taken outside for ball 1. So Tharp was an out away from getting out of the bottom of the 4th unscathed, but the tying run did score on the strikeout and wild pitch. Runner goes from second, and there will be no throw. So Swanson has a stolen base. Beg your pardon, Bowman has a stolen base. Now runners at second and third with 2 outs. Tharp goes into the wind, and the 2-0 is over but low, 3-0. Now with the base open and Waugh already homered off Tharp, let's see if Tharp gives him anything close to good to hit here. Throw pitch is taken on the outside corner. That was a pitcher's pitch. Good pitch by Tharp. It's 3-1. On deck is Jackson Wheaton for Fairfield. The 3-1 to Waugh is taken wide for ball 4, and the bases are loaded.
For the Trojans, number 28, Jackson Wheaton.
Todd White comes out of the third base dugout to talk to Tharp as he realizes his senior may need a bit of a breather to try to get the last out here in the bottom of the 4th. And our seesaw games continues. Davis County had leads of 2-0 and 5-4. Fairfield has had leads of 3-2 and 4-3. 1 run in for the Trojans here in the 4th, and they have tied the score at 5. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and the conference is over between head coach Todd White and his Mustangs. And here's Jackson Wheaton. He is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Tharp now in the windup. Comes on with the first pitch. It's taken over but low for ball 1. Wheaton has driven in 14 on the season. And he has an opportunity to add to that total with the bases loaded here. The 1-0. Hit well, out to center. Back goes Norman to the wall, and he makes the catch. Whew. The park barely held that one, and the inning is over. Fairfield does tie the score on 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and the bases are left loaded. As we head to the 5th, Davis County 5, Fairfield 5 on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Karsten. And I'm Callie. And we are the Neebs Girls. We would like to personally invite you to our parents' new store on the south side of the square in Bloomfield. Stop in and have them make you a custom shirt, hat, banner, sign, or even your school mascot. They stay open late on Thursdays until 7. We hope to see you soon. Neebs Graphics, making you stand out.
Neebs Graphics on the south side of the Bloomfield Square.
John at Collision Corner knows that when you get in an accident and need some work done on your vehicle, you want the process to go smooth and easy. That's why Collision Corner is your best choice. John is a preferred body shop, which means he can work directly with your insurance company. He will handle the claim from start to finish. Collision Corner knows you need your car back as soon as possible, and they will also pick it up and deliver it to you for free. When you have an accident, call John and his team at Collision Corner in Bloomfield, and don't forget to like them on Facebook.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
5-5 is our scores. We head to the top of the 5th. Game 1 of our doubleheader. And if Game 2 is ever anything like Game 1, yeah, go ahead and run that back. Let's do 2. Davis County versus Fairfield. Fairfield 18-4 on the year, and Davis County 12-9. Caden Jones ready to start his 5th inning of work. After a 1-2-3 first inning, he has given up runs in each of the next 3 to the Mustangs. Davis County scored 2 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, and 2 in the 4th. And this has been a seesaw affair throughout. Kate Thorpe will lead things off for Davis County here in the top of the 5th. And at the end of every half inning, the home plate umpire heads back to the dugout to get his arm looked at. Just none of respect for that for the umpire. Just fighting through is probably something that doesn't feel all that great. And Tharp takes a strike from Jones to begin the top of the 5th. Tharp is 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. The 0-1. Laced into left field for a base hit. That was a solid single for Tharp's first hit of the game. Davis County's leadoff man reaches. And we should have a courtesy runner come out of the third base dugout. And we will, as it is Nathan Smolek who comes out of the dugout. And that will do it for Caden Jones, the starting pitcher for Fairfield. He leaves, having pitched to 1 batter here in the top of the 5th. We'll take a break, and we'll tell you about the new Fairfield pitcher when we come back on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Take summer by storm on a new Polaris. Right now, the world's best-selling off-road lineup is priced to move. Get more done with a hardworking Ranger. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman, or live wide open in a high-performance RZR. Rebates up to $2,000 are available now during the Polaris Summer Sales event.
Slayton Polaris. Stop in and see Tim or Dean today for a great deal on a new Polaris.
Hi, this is Chris Ledke, owner of Pulaski Lumber. I would like to personally invite you to see our updated inventory. We have a nice selection of tools, plumbing, flooring, tile, accessories, and as always, we can order in anything you might need. Josh is also available to offer you professional 3D drawings to design your new home, deck, or addition. We don't charge huge architect fees, but are confident you will be happy with our work. We look forward to meeting you at Pulaski Lumber, your start-to-finish lumberyard.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
The new pitcher in the game is freshman Connor Lyons. He's a left-hander, and it's a simple pitcher-for-pitcher switch. As Jones comes out of the game and Lyons is inserted in. And the freshman will face Draven DeCry to start off his afternoon. Or I should say evening, as we've gotten into the 7 o'clock hour. Kind of throws you off with the sun still being out. But runner at first, nobody out. That's the go-ahead run for Davis County. And Draven DeCry, who is 1 for 2, will be the first to face the left-handed freshman. Nathan Smolik is a courtesy runner. He leads off at first. Incidentally, Davis County is 52 of 52 in the stolen base department this year. First pitch is hit in the air, center field, and it's going to be to the shortstop, Drish, that makes the catch in shallow center for out number 1. That brings up Clay Collier. Clay Collier 0 for 1 with 2 runs scored. He walked and scored in the second, reached on an error in the fourth, and came around to score. He also has a stolen base. So despite not getting a hit, Collier has contributed to the Davis County run total. First pitch is hit in the air, center field. Martin started back, now comes in, and he makes the catch about waist high for out number 2. Two quick outs for the freshman Connor Lyons.
Next up in the inning for Mustangs will be number 18, Caden Hill.
That brings up Caden Hill. The catcher, he singled his last time up and later came around well, actually his courtesy runner scored, and he fouls the first pitch into the glove of Papazoglu for strike 1. I imagine Papazoglu has a pretty good arm, so I doubt many teams try to run on him. Has popped up. That's a major league pop-up to the right side of the infield. And again, Papazoglu makes the catch in foul territory, still holding his mask to end the inning. Nothing across for Davis County after a leadoff hit. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Davis County 5, Fairfield 5 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Nothing says summer like hitting the open road. Get your vehicle summer driving ready. Cruising to work with the windows open and the convertible top down, going to the local fairs, or taking your much-needed holiday on the open road. Ray's Rapid Lube and Car Wash can get your car summer driving ready. Oil changes to the touchless car wash. Quick car wash to the super car wash. Ray fits in your budget so you can put more in your tank. Ray's Rapid Lube, 301 North Madison in Ottumwa. Are you installing a new septic system? The man to call is Jody at Geotech Sand and Stone. They have state-certified septic sand, as well as top-quality black dirt, fill sand, and washed gravel for landscaping. They also have large rocks to add to your landscaping. Geotech Sand and Stone has very competitive prices. Stop out and get a load, or have one of their contractors haul it for you. Call Jody today for more information at 799-1235. That's 799-1235. Geotech Sand and Stone, 3 miles west of Eldon on River Road. You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Mustangs and Trojans tied at 5 as we roll into the bottom of the 5th. 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for Fairfield. That'll be now the Connor Lyons, the pitcher, to lead things off, and then it will be Engel and Drish.
Our teams are ready to begin the home half of the 5th inning. Coming up first in the order for the Trojans will be number 2, Carter Farrell. 6, Connor Lyons.
And the first pitch is taken low for ball 1. Lyons does not have an official at-bat yet this year. So this is his first at-bat of the season, and he hits that one foul. He hit that one with authority, but foul to the third base side, even in the count at 1-1. 5 runs apiece as we lead off the bottom of the 5th. And the next pitch from Tharp is swung on and missed by Lyons. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And now the 1-2 pitch from Tharp, fouled away. Nothing but fastballs from Tharp so far. I wonder if he'll try to fool the freshman with a breaking ball here with the count in his favor at 1-2. The wind and the pitch. Curveball, and he struck him out. He broke out the hook, and down goes Connor Lyons. He's the first out of the bottom of the 5th.
That'll bring up the second batter of the inning for the Trojans, number 4, Cole Engel.
Cole Engel's 1 for 2 so far today. Walked and scored in the second. Beg your pardon, he's 1 for 1. Walked and scored in the second, singled in the third. First pitch is ball 1. Five runs, 5 hits, and 3 errors for Fairfield. The 1-0 is fouled back. 5 runs, 5 hits, and no errors for Davis County. Tharp has allowed 2 runs since he's come back and since he's relieved Wagler back in the second inning. The 1-1. It's taken inside, 2-1. A solo homer by Waugh, and then a strikeout and a wild pitch, which scored Farrell from third. And there is a strike on the outside corner. Make that 2-2. Bases empty, 1 out. Fairfield bats in the bottom of the 5th, looking to break this 5-5 tie, but Tharp wants to keep things right where they are. Curveball is hit the third, and it gets past Smolik at third. Collier is going to have to get it in foul territory, and in the meantime, it is a 1-out double for Cole Engel. Now Cooper Drish is the batter. He has a double, a walk, and an RBI so far today. And we will have a pinch runner, or no, that's still Engel. First pitch to Drish is taken for a strike. Fairfield has already added to their considerable home run total today. Now at 26 on the season, that's hit on a line, but right to Collier in left, and he makes the catch. 2 outs. It's up to Drew Martin, who looks to get a 2-out hit to perhaps break this 5-5 tie. Tharp comes set. First pitch is taken inside corner, strike 1. Martin struck out twice in his 2 at-bats, 1 swinging, 1 looking. The 0-1, swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Tharp would love to get Martin here and deal with the top of the order fresh. Don't want to start bringing up Farrell, Papazoglu, and Simpson with men on base. The 0-2. He struck him out with a high fastball, and that will do it for Fairfield. No runs, a hit, 1 left. And at the end of 5, Davis County 5, Fairfield 5 on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
The busy farming season is here, and Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom applications. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Hi, this is Kendall with Citizens Mutual. It's a busy time of the year, so we want you to save as much time as possible. Whether you need internet, TV, or phone service, we can handle all of them for you. We also have a great selection of TVs ranging from 32 to 65 inch, as well as appliances. Stop in today, and remember, Citizens Mutual is owned and operated by its customers. So when you walk in the door, we don't just treat you like a customer, we treat you like you're the boss, because you are. We're looking forward to seeing you at Citizens Mutual, just off the square in Bloomfield.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Top of the 6 rolls in. Davis County and Fairfield tied at 5. Great to have you with us. First of 2 between these 2 squads on the Atomo Radio Sports Network. Ellis Kojo along with Corey Finch, our producer. And it'll be Noah Smolik to lead things off. Bottom third of the Davis County lineup due up. Smolik has 2 RBI in this game, despite making 2 outs. A pair of RBI groundouts now gives him 15 on the year. And the first pitch of Smolik is fouled back. Sometimes that's all you need to do, especially with runners on base. Don't do anything fancy. Don't try to do too much. He got the ball in play and ended up with 2 RBI for his trouble. The 0-1 curveball, that stays upstairs from the freshman, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch of Smolik is popped up, and that will get out of play behind us. Unlike many baseball fields, actually, let's wait on his next pitch from Smolik. That bounces to the plate, and it's 2-2. Unlike many baseball fields, this field has plenty of trees around it, so plenty of shade afforded to the people that decide to make the trip out here to watch the game. And it being a hot 4th of July weekend night, that shade is most welcome. Curveball is hit on a bounce to Waugh at third. Takes a crow hop, throws to first. The ball's in the dirt, and it gets away from Simpson, and it is Smolik that will be safe at third on the throwing error by Waugh. That's his 2nd error of the game. So a bit of a break for the Mustangs. Can they take advantage? Here's Caleb Wagler, the first baseman. Wagler flied out to the left in the 2nd, and he reached on an error back in the 4th. That's already the 4th Fairfield error, and that's a strike 1. That's atypical of Fairfield. They come into this game having committed just 24 errors. And that pitch is bunted, foul up the third base line for strike 2. So Fairfield's 18-4, so they've played 22 games, and they've committed 24 errors, so just a little bit over an error a game, and they've already committed 4 here in game 1 of our doubleheader. Wagler's going to have to battle with the count 0-2. Connor Lyons, the freshman, comes home with the two-strike pitch. It's hit the other way, right field, pretty well, as a matter of fact. Back goes the right fielder, Wheaton, and he makes the catch. And he slipped as he threw the ball back into the infield, but he still got the ball in his glove for the catch and the first out. So a bit of an embarrassing moment. I'm sure he'll catch nothing but grief when he makes his way back to the dugout. But in the meantime, there's one out in the inning.
Standing in next for the Mustangs will be number 15, Carl Norman.
So Wagler gave that one a ride as well and forced Whedon to make a acrobatic catch. Runner goes from first. They squared a bunt. It's missed, and the throw is not in time, so Smolik has a stolen base. And he is in scoring position as a go-ahead run. One strike on Norman. And now a two-out hit. Beg your pardon, a one-out hit could give Davis County the lead. The 0-1. Curveball fouled back. For Connor Lyons, this is just his second appearance of the season. And the freshman has a 1-0 record. He's pitched 3 2/3 innings so far. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, and Norman strikes out. And we'll go back to the top of the order. Runner at second, 2 outs in the inning. As we get into the late innings, the at-bats become more magnified. And here's Owen Bennett. Lefty versus lefty matchup. The pitch, curveball, hit the other way, and it's going to get into the glove of the left fielder Angle for out number 3. No runs, no hits, an error, and a man left. And as we head to the bottom of the 6th, Mustangs 6, Mustangs 5, Trojans 5 on the Atomic Radio Sports Network.
Keith's Foods in Bloomfield has been serving the Bloomfield area since 1969 with quality cut steaks, ripe seasonal produce, scrumptious bakery cakes and sweets, fresh dairy products, and of course, tasty smoked meats. We also have available hunting licenses, stamps, money orders, and gift cards too. Open till 9 p.m. every day. We pride ourselves in providing small town service in a big way while keeping up with trends and latest items across the country. Yes, Keith's Foods is your hometown grocery store and so much more. Keith's Foods, where we always take your groceries out to your car. Proud supporter of the Davis County Mustangs.
Are you installing a new septic system? The man to call is Jody at Geotech Sand and Stone. They have state-certified septic sand, as well as top-quality black dirt, fill sand, and washed gravel for landscaping. They also have large rocks to add to your landscaping. Geotech Sand and Stone has very competitive prices. Stop out and get a load, or have one of their contractors haul it for you. Call Jody today for more information at 799-1235. That's 799-1235. Geotech Sand and Stone, 3 miles west of Eldon on River Road. You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
We are tied at 5 here in the bottom of inning number 6. Kay Tharp back on top of the bump. He has been Davis County's pitcher since there were 2 outs in the bottom of the 2nd. And he has kept his Mustangs in the game so far. And he'll look to put up another 0 to send us into the 7th inning with the score still tied. He faces a pretty daunting task, however. He'll face the top of the Fairfield lineup, starting with Carter Farrell, who has 2 walks in the game, an RBI, a run scored, and he's also struck out, so he's 0 for 1. Home plate umpire is still getting looked at in the first base dugout, and that's been nothing unusual during this game. In the, I think it was the 2nd inning, it was a pitch that was spiked, and it popped up. It was a pitch by Wagler, as a matter of fact, in the 2nd inning. And the left-hander spiked the fastball. It came up and it hit the home plate umpire directly in his left forearm, and he has been in pain ever since. And given the way how hot it is down there and how they're probably perspiring, and he's getting that wrap looked at almost every half inning now. But he's back out, and we are ready to start the bottom of the 6th, starting with the top of the order and Carter Farrell, the second baseman.
Leading off for the Trojans will be number 2, Carter Farrell.
Tharp takes a deep breath as he puts the glove in front of his face, nods his head, winds, and comes home with the first pitch at the bottom of the 6th, over but low, ball 1. Fairfield looking for their second straight win after recently having their 8-game win streak snapped. That is taken high for ball 2. And their ever-present foe, Mount Pleasant, in a doubleheader on Monday, snapped that 8-game winning streak. That's inside for ball 3. Trojans bounce back with a win against Muscatine in their last outing. And now the 3-0 pitch coming from Tharp. Taken low for ball 4, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Farrell. It's his third walk of the game.
Coming up next in the inning for the Trojans will be number 17, Costa Papazoglu.
Timeout called by head coach Todd White, and looks like we'll see a new pitcher come up for the Mustangs. And wow, looks like it'll be Trevor Slayton. All right, we'll take a break, and we'll tell you the changes in the Mustang defense as Trevor Slayton now will take the ball and try to keep Fairfield off the board. You're watching Davis County Baseball on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Attention Southern Iowa. Do you need a better night's sleep? Maybe it's time to get a new mattress. Dixon's Mattress Outlet in Bloomfield has the most competitive prices on new mattresses in all different sizes. Darren sells camper mattresses, commercial bedding, rollaways, special order sizes, bed frames, and mattress protectors. Call Darren today and he'll meet you at the warehouse. Dixon's Mattress Outlet, 641-664-3060. That's 664-3060.
Sometimes life can get a little busy and plans can change. That doesn't mean you have to put your future on hold. With William Penn University's online and evening classes, you can further your education on your schedule. Choose online, in-classroom, or blended with locations in Oskaloosa and Johnston. Start your planning today at wmpenn.edu. Classes start throughout the year. Continue your education on your terms, on your turf, with William Penn University.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Trevor Slayton is the new pitcher in the game. So Davis County's ace will look to keep Fairfield off the board here in the bottom of the 6th. If this were a poker table, as there's a throw to first, back safely is Farrell. If this were a poker table, head coach Todd White would be shoving his chips all in. Another throw to first, and Farrell gets dirty, but he's back safely. Costa Papazoglu is the batter, 1 for 1 on the day, with 2 walks and an RBI. First pitch is hit the other way. Going towards the fence on the right field side is Bennett, but he won't have a play. So Trevor Slayton is the third Davis County pitcher in this game. Throw to first, and again, Farrell gets back safely. Other changes for Davis County, Noah Smolik moves from third to short, and Kate Tharp, who was the pitcher, is now the third baseman. Another throw, and Farrell. Don't know who does the Fairfield laundry, most likely the parents. Maybe cursing the name of Trevor Slayton as Farrell is pretty dirty there at first base. Timeout called. And it might have been Papazoglu that called it at the plate. Regardless, umpire says, let's go. And now the 0-1 from Slayton. Pitch is taken for a ball. That was a weird-looking sequence there as Ball kind of popped out of Hill's glove. And home plate umpire who is taking a beating behind the plate. You don't blame it at all. I'd flinch at every pitch. The way he stays in, I kind of admire that. The 1-1, swing and a miss. That looked like a cutter from Slayton. And it's 1-2. Slayton, the senior, 5-3 on the season. A team high 38 2/3 innings pitched so far today, or this season. And there's a tapper foul to the third base side, keeping the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Slayton struck out 39 and walked 11. Opponents are batting .203 off him. And the right-handed senior has an ERA of 1.81. Throw to first, and Farrell slides back. Talked about Fairfield's ERA, team ERA. They're 2.63. Davis County, not too bad. A very decent 3.39. The 1-2. Hit well, out to left. Back goes Collier. He's going to have to watch that one go as that one is gone. Costa Papazoglu with a tie-breaking 2-run homer. And Fairfield now leads it 7-5.
Coming up next in the inning for the Trojans will be number 21, Britton Bowman.
So now Britton Bowman is the batter. And he will bat for Austin Simpson. And Bowman takes ball 1 from Trevor Slayton. Base is empty, none out. And the 0-1 is swung on and missed. Make it the 1-0 is swung on and missed, making it 1 ball and 1 strike. Bowman hits that off the end of the bat. Tharp has it at third, and the throw to first is in time for the first out. That brings up Tristan Waugh, the third baseman.
Next in the batter's box for Fairfield will be number 8, Tristan Waugh.
He has a homer. He had a solo shot to lead off the third. That gave Fairfield a momentary 4-3 lead. There's a strike from Slayton. So the book is closed on Tharp. And there's a high fly ball deep to right field, and that is way out of here. Tristan Waugh with his second homer of the game, another solo shot, and it is 8-5 Trojans.
That will make the score 8-5 Trojans.
That was one of the longest home runs I have seen so far this year. An absolute bomb off the bat of Waugh. And Fairfield flexing their muscle here in the 6th inning, their second home run of the frame.
Coming up next for the Trojans, number 28, Jackson Wheaton.
So here's Jackson Wheaton, the right fielder. 3 runs now in for Fairfield as they break in the 5-5 tie here in the 6th. And there's a curveball that had Wheaton buckling for strike 1. So good pitch from Slayton. The 0-1. Another curveball, but that one bounced to the backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball high, ball 2. So as I said, that closed the book on Tharp. We'll give you his numbers in just a minute. That's another bouncer to make it 3-1. And now the 3-1 pitch. And ball 4 to Jackson Wheaton.
Coming up next inning for the Trojans will be number 6, Connor Lyons.
So Kay Tharp went 3 1/3, allowing 3 runs, 2 of them earned on 5 hits. He walked 2 and he struck out 5. And there's a swing and a miss by Connor Lyons, who's now the pitcher of record on the good side for Fairfield, as he's benefited from this 3-run outburst. 0-1, and the pitch popped up, foul territory, out of play to the third base side. Quickly 0-2 to the freshman Connor Lyons. Lyons replaced Caden Jones, who started this game. The 0-2, a bit outside, and it's 1-2. This will be Lyons' second at bat. He struck out swinging back in the 5th. And now the 1-2 pitch. That's outside. And now the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at first, 1 out. There's a bouncer to Smolik at short. Shovels to second for 1. The throw to the first is not in time, as Lyons was going quickly down the line. Whedon is out at second on the force out. 2 outs in the inning. And that moves the line to Cole Engel.
Coming up next for the Trojans will be number 4, Cole Engel.
Engel so far is 2 for 2. He walked and scored in the second, singled in the third, and doubled in the 5th. Good job by Tharp pitching around that double in the 5th, as it was a 1-out double, and Tharp got the final 2 outs of the inning to keep the score tied momentarily. But Fairfield is broken out in front here in the 6th with 3 runs. And now Davis County will have to rally if Slayton can keep the deficit at 3. That's ball 2. Connor Lyons is the runner at first. And he dives back after the throw to first by Slayton. Line drive, short left center field, and going back and catching the soft liner is Smolik, the shortstop. But Fairfield does score 3 runs, a 2-run homer by Papazoglu and a solo shot by Waugh, his second of the game. And at the end of 6, it's Fairfield 8, Davis County 5 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Take summer by storm on a new Polaris. Right now, the world's best-selling off-road lineup is priced to move. Get more done with a hardworking Ranger. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman. Or live wide open in a high-performance RZR. Rebates up to $2,000 are available now during the Polaris Summer Sales Event.
Slayton Polaris. Stop in and see Tim or Dean today for a great deal on a new Polaris.
Hi, this is Chris Ledke, owner of Pulaski Lumber. I would like to personally invite you to see our updated inventory. We have a nice selection of tools, plumbing, flooring, tile, accessories, and as always, we can order in anything you might need. Josh is also available to offer you professional 3D drawings to design your new home, deck, or addition. We don't charge huge architect fees, but are confident you will be happy with our work. We look forward to meeting you at Pulaski Lumber, your start-to-finish lumberyard.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Fairfield's breaking the 5-5 tie with 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th, and now it's last chance for Davis County. And they will go against the freshman Connor Lyons. 2, 3, 4 hitters due up for Davis County, starting with Trevor Slayton.
We get ready to
Slayton, Thorpe, and DeCry to face the freshman Connor Jones, who is now looking to get his first win in a varsity uniform, and that pitch is fouled away for strike one. Beg your pardon, Connor Lyons also already has a record of 1-0. He can go to 2-0 with a win here. He came in relief of Caden Jones in the 5th inning after Jones gave up a leadoff hit to Thorpe, and there's a line drive to left field, and it is caught by Engel. They don't give beauty points, but Engel got that one in his glove for the first out.
Batting second in the inning for the Mustangs will be number 16, Cade Tharp.
Now Cade Thorpe, as I mentioned, singled his last time up in the 5th. There's a curveball for strike one. So Lyons came in relief of Jones, and after Thorpe's leadoff single, he retired the next 3 he faced to get out of the inning. The 0-1, fastball high for ball one. And then after the leadoff hitter in the 6th reached on an error, he retired the next 3 after that. 1-1 pitch is cut on and missed by Thorpe, and he's in the hole 1-2. So what was a 5-5 game was broken by Fairfield and their muscle. 2 home runs in the 6th inning. A bouncer to third. Waugh gets a good hop. Guns it over to first, and a good catch on the low throw by Simpson for out number 2. Draven DeCry is the last hope for Davis County here in game 1 of our doubleheader.
That'll bring up the next batter of the inning for Davis County, number 2, Draven DeCry.
DeCry doubled his first time up and scored, and then he flew out and popped out, so he's 1 for 3. Timeout called, and Papazoglu, for some reason home plate umpire is pointing at Papazoglu. Don't quite know why, but I guess we're ready to continue. He and DeCry were exchanging words. I don't know if they were friendly or otherwise, and that first pitch is fouled back by DeCry. The wind in the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and Davis County is down to their final strike. The 0-2 pitch to Draven DeCry, and that's a curveball that stays upstairs for ball 1. Lyons is in line to be the winning pitcher if he can get the final out here. And the pitch to DeCry is fouled away, and the senior second baseman stays alive. The count remains 0-2. The entire field now covered in shade thanks to the setting sun. And the 1-2 pitch is hit on the ground on a high bounce and between the legs of Drish. That was a bad hop, but DeCry will take that. And it is a base hit for DeCry. That was a terrible hop, so we'll give DeCry a base hit.
The inning continues for Davis County. Batting next will be number 11, Clay Collier.
That brings up Clay Collier. He hasn't had a hit yet, but he does has 2 runs scored, and that pitch is taken wide for ball 1. All you want is for Collier to reach and give an opportunity for the tying run to reach home plate. DeCry goes. The pitch is taken high for a ball, and the throw almost hit DeCry in the back. But it's not in time, and DeCry has a stolen base. When you steal down by 3 with 2 outs in the inning, you better make it, or you're going to hear it from your head coach. But DeCry made it work, and he has his 7th stolen base of the season. Collier tries to call timeout, but he's not granted time. Lyons It's a bouncer to Waugh. He charges, throws to third, over the head of Simpson into the fence. DeCry comes in to score. Collier goes to second. He's safe at second, and it's 8-6 Mustangs, or 8-6 Fairfield. So we'll call that an infield single by Collier, a throwing error by Waugh. And Caden Hill, who represents the tying run, is at the plate. And the freshman Lions come set. And the first pitch. Hit well. Out to right center field. That drops for a base hit. Coming around to score is Clay Collier, and it is a one-run ball game, 8-7. An RBI single by Hill. And out of the dugout comes head coach Josh Allison of Fairfield. Caden Glosser will run for Caden Hill. And after getting the first 2 outs of the inning, Davis County has mounted a 2-out rally. And the tying run is at first base. This is part of Davis County's never say die attitude. No matter how much they're down, they will grind you to the final out. And Fairfield is learning that here in game 1. Noah Smolik is the batter. He is 0 for 3 with 2 RBI. He has a pair of RBI groundouts. He reached on error in the 6th and also has a stolen base.
Coming up next for the Mustangs will be number 8, Noah Smolik.
Now with 2 outs in the winning run, the tying run at first base, I wouldn't be surprised if Glosser ran. He stays put on the first pitch and is grounded right to the first baseman Farrell. Throw to first is in time, and the game is over. Davis County's rally comes up short, and they fall to Fairfield 8-7. And we'll take a timeout and tell you all about game number 1 of our doubleheader on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Nothing says summer like hitting the open road. Get your vehicle summer driving ready. Cruising to work with the windows open and the convertible top down, going to the local fairs, or taking your much-needed holiday on the open road. Ray's Rapid Lube and Car Wash can get your car summer driving ready. Oil changes to the touchless car wash. Quick car wash to the super car wash. Ray fits in your budget so you can put more in your tank. Ray's Rapid Lube, 301 North Madison in Ottumwa. Are you installing a new septic system? The man to call is Jody at Geotech Sand and Stone. They have state-certified septic sand, as well as top-quality black dirt, fill sand, and washed gravel for landscaping. They also have large rocks to add to your landscaping. Geotech Sand and Stone has very competitive prices. Stop out and get a load, or have one of their contractors haul it for you. Call Jody today for more information at 799-1235. That's 799-1235. Geotech Sand and Stone, 3 miles west of Eldon on River Road. The busy farming season is here, and Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom applications. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Hi, this is Kendall with Citizens Mutual. It's a busy time of the year, so we want you to save as much time as possible. Whether you need internet, TV, or phone service, we can handle all of them for you. We also have a great selection of TVs ranging from 32 to 65 inch, as well as appliances. Stop in today, and remember, Citizens Mutual is owned and operated by its customers. So when you walk in the door, we don't just treat you like a customer, we treat you like you're the boss, because you are. We're looking forward to seeing you at Citizens Mutual, just off the square in Bloomfield.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free, no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
Hi, I'm Karsten. And I'm Callie. And we are the Neeps Girls. We would like to personally invite you to our parents' new store on the south side of the square in Bloomfield. Stop in and have them make you a custom shirt, hat, banner, sign, or even your school mascot. They stay open late on Thursdays until 7. We hope to see you soon. Neebs Graphics, making you stand out.
Neebs Graphics on the south side of the Bloomfield Square. You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Game number 1 of our doubleheader is in the books. Welcome back to Fairfield. And the Trojans end up beating the Mustangs by a final score of 8-7. Game 2 will be coming up just shortly from here in Fairfield. 8 runs, 8 hits, 5 errors, and 8 men left for the Trojans. 7 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and 6 men left for Davis County. Winning pitcher is Connor Lyons, the left-handed freshman. He moves to 2-0 on the season. Losing pitcher is Kate Tharp. He drops to 0-2. Time of the game, 2 hours, 16 minutes, and most of that delay. You have to think about the home plate umpire and the damage that he took as far as his arm is concerned. Hope that he's okay. Davis County had a 2-0 lead after they scored 2 in the top of the second. Fairfield answered with 3 in the bottom of the second. And a homer by Tristan Waugh was the third homer to give Fairfield the lead. The teams exchanged runs in the third. Davis County took a 5-4 lead in the fourth inning. Fairfield tied it in the fifth thanks to a runner at third and then a strikeout and a wild pitch allowed that runner to score to tie the game at 5. We remained tied until the bottom of the sixth. And Costa Papazoglu broke that tie with a 2-run homer. Tristan Waugh added a solo shot, which turned out to be the key insurance run Fairfield needed as Davis County rallied for 2 runs in the top of the seventh, thanks to an RBI single by Caden Hill, and also an RBI single by Clay Collier. So Davis County drops game 1 of the doubleheader to Fairfield by the final score of 8-7, and game 2 will be played here in a few minutes. We'll see how long it'll take for them to get the field ready. Actually, nobody's even touched the field yet, so we'll see when game 2 will be played. But regardless, we will be here to give you the game when game 2 gets started. So once again, our score for game – actually, you know what? First off, let's give our sponsors some love. First off, the post-game show is brought to you by Northside Insurance. Quote to claim, your friends at Northside Insurance take care of you. And then Neebs Graphics the player of the game is brought to you by Neebs Graphics. Think of them first for your custom-made shirts, hats, banners, and much more. Stop in and see Kylie today on the south side of the Bloomfield Square. And this man had 2 hits, an RBI, and his courtesy runner did score a run, so the run score doesn't go to him. But let's go ahead and give Caden Hill, our Neebs Graphics player of the game. He had a clutch hit also in the 7th to make it an 8-7 ball game, but Davis kind of couldn't quite get that last run to tie it up. So that's going to do it from here in Fairfield. Our score of game 1, Fairfield wins it by the final score of 8-7, and Fairfield improves to 19-4. Davis County drops to 12-10. We would like to thank you for making us a part of your Friday afternoon / early Friday evening. We'll be right back with you for game 2 of our doubleheader between Davis County and Fairfield in about a half an hour. In the meantime, for Corey Finch, our producer, this is Ellis Kojo saying so long for Fairfield. You've been watching Davis County Baseball on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.